Throughout history, the African continent has been home to powerful rulers whose influence stretched far beyond their own lands. These were not just kings and queens, but visionaries, warriors, and master statesmen, architects of nations, guardians of culture, and flames that lit the torch of legacy. From golden kingdoms to revolutionary dynasties, we journey through the echoes of time to honor 10 of the greatest African rulers who shaped the soul of a continent and the destiny of the world. We begin in ancient Kemet, modern-day Egypt, with Narmer, a name whispered by millennia. Known as Menes in some texts, Narmer is often credited with uniting Upper and Lower Egypt, a monumental feat that forged the first centralized state in the world. The Narmer palette, carved in green siltstone, immortalizes this act, depicting the double crown of unification, a symbol of balance and order. His consolidation of power gave rise to dynastic rule and laid the bedrock for one of the most enduring civilizations in human history. In Narmer, we see not just a king, but the dawn of empire. Centuries later, we meet Hatshepsut, the woman who redefined kingship. Daughter of Thutmose I, she stepped into power not as queen consort, but as pharaoh, taking on full regalia and divine titles. Her reign was marked by stability, innovation, and artistry. She expanded trade routes, most notably to Punt, flooding Egypt with luxury goods and exotic marvels. At Deir el-Bahri, her mortuary temple rises like a hymn in stone, a testament to her vision. Hatshepsut ruled not in shadow, but in full light, challenging the patriarchal mold with grace, wisdom, and unmatched authority. South of Egypt, in the Nubian lands of Kush, rose Piye, also known as Pianki, the Lion of Napata. When Egypt fell into disarray, Piye led a sacred campaign to restore it. With reverence for Egyptian religion and customs, he marched north, defeating rival warlords and uniting the Nile Valley under his rule. But Pi was no destroyer. He built temples, honored ancient rites, and proclaimed his mission not as conquest, but as divine restoration. The 25th dynasty under him and his descendants was a renaissance of African power, reclaiming its rightful place along the Nile. In the savannas of West Africa, the griots sing of Sundiata Keita, the Lion King of Mali. Born crippled and cast aside, Sundiata rose to greatness through resilience and vision. He united the Mandinka people, defeated the tyrant Suma Oro Kante at the Battle of Kirina, and founded the Mali Empire, one of the richest and most sophisticated states of its time. His legacy was codified in the Mandan Charter, one of the oldest declarations of human rights. Sundiata built more than an empire. He built a code of dignity, governance, and kinship. A century later, Mansa Musa would elevate Mali to celestial heights. His pilgrimage to Mecca in 1324 is legendary, not just for its splendor, but for its symbolism. With caravans of gold, servants, and scholars, Musa showcased Africa's wealth and refinement to the world. He endowed mosques, libraries, and universities, transforming Timbuktu into a beacon of Islamic learning. His wealth was vast, but his wisdom was richer. Mansa Musa reminds us that power lies not in gold, but in how it's used to illuminate minds and uplift civilization. To the east, the Songhai Empire rose under Sunni Ali, a warrior king whose ambition matched his battlefield brilliance. With fearsome cavalry and a river fleet on the Niger, he conquered cities like Timbuktu and Jenne, securing trade routes and stamping his authority on West Africa. Yet Sunni Ali's rule was complex. He blended Islamic and indigenous beliefs, navigating the tensions of a diverse empire. Feared, respected, and relentless, he carved an empire with steel and strategy, laying the groundwork for Songhai's golden age. In Central Africa, Queen Nzinga of Ndongo and Matamba emerged as a titan in a world of shifting powers. Facing Portuguese slavers and colonial pressure, she responded with brilliance. First as a diplomat, then as a warrior, she outmaneuvered governors, led her people into battle, and redefined leadership in a world of brutality. Nzinga's reign was long and fierce, over 4 decades of defiance. Her throne was not inherited, it was seized, held, and defended through force of will. She is remembered as a lioness who stood unyielding against empire. In the rolling hills of southern Africa, Shaka Zulu forged a kingdom from fragments. He reimagined warfare, replacing throwing spears with short stabbing weapons and organizing regiments into lethal formations like the bullhorn. His discipline was legendary, his tactics brilliant. Under his rule, the Zulu state expanded rapidly, reshaping southern African geopolitics and inspiring both awe and fear. Though his methods were often ruthless, Shaka's legacy is one of innovation, unity, and military genius. In an era of European domination, Emperor Menelik II of Ethiopia stood as a colossus of resistance. At the Battle of Adwa, in 1896, his forces decimated an Italian army, preserving Ethiopian independence. This was more than a battle. It was a beacon to colonize nations across the world. Menelik also modernized his nation, introducing railways, telegraphs, and education. He proved that Africa could meet Europe not just with might, but with modernization and moral clarity. His name means power of the Trinity, and indeed Haile Selassie of Ethiopia bore the weight of history. Crowned in 1930, he spoke against fascism before the League of Nations and swore for warning the world of Hitler's rise. When Italy invaded Ethiopia, he became a symbol of global resistance. Later, he would help found the Organization of African Unity, planting seeds for a post-colonial continent. To Rastafarians, he is divine. To Africans, a father of unity. To the world, a voice that never bowed to tyranny. These were more than rulers. They were dreamers, defenders, and builders of civilization. From Narmer's first crown to Selassie's last speech, their legacies span millennia and geography. Their empires rose and fell, but their ideas of unity, sovereignty, innovation, and justice remain immortal. As we walk through modern Africa, their echoes still guide us. In the laughter of children, in the call to prayer, in the battle for justice, in the dream of a united continent, the lions still roar.